Well, so West Indies have finished big and have reached 164 for the loss of 5 wickets. That's in their 20 overs. Put into bat first by Rohit Sharma because he won the toss. It was Mayers who took over from his opening partner, Brandon King, who of course was the top scorer yesterday. Today it was Mayers with 73 or 50. And then in the end, bit of a flurry from Mid-innings Powell, some big hits from him, from Hetmyer, taking West Indies to 164. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Harsha Bhogle and a very happy Parthiv Patel.
He's always happy.
थोड़ा ज़्यादा happy है ना सर? क्योंकि अभी एक ये चौके की बात थी. चौका भी नहीं, in fact दो रन भी मिल जाते अगर तो it would have come in my zone. I had guessed 171, but he had guessed 160. So therefore, cut. See my face.
It's a game of small margins.
Yeah, do that one. I think we missed that reaction. It's close to cut now. When you took your thumb out like that, he's like the shady guy who wins an election. Come on, guys. Good for me. Yeah, so he did get it right. But एक time पे
got a little notebook somewhere with all these lines.
Yeah.
Naughty.
Because naughty. Very
Not
naughty.
genuinely so.
But I'm telling you, these guys were naughty in the end. नहीं तो आपका आ रहा था score का guess. It was absolutely spot on. For your guess was 149. It looked like it was cruising towards 140, 145. West Indies will be very happy with what they did in the end.
Yes, but I'm not convinced they've got enough runs to win this game. 164 on this track. We didn't see too much. It was a couple of overs from Ashwin when he was bowling to the left-handers.
Yeah.
When he was bowling proper off-spin and making life difficult. But we didn't see too much there to suggest that it was like that first game. जब वो अकील हुसैन के पहले बॉल से पता चला यार रन नहीं बन रहे.
It's not that wicket where it was stopping a bit. It was not too paced, not tacky.
Yeah.
Everything was good. He's not on one list.
He's naughty.
Yeah, so 164 is something I think West Indies can be happy with, that they've got something to bowl for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying in terms of an imposing total, but for India's batting, especially since it's kind of bolstered, you've got Deepak Hooda in there as well today. You've got 7 like proper bats. But you're not saying that it's an insurmountable total, but I'm saying from where they were, because they had a very bad post-power play 4 overs. You've lost only 1 wicket and you've gone at less than a run a ball. I think that's pretty inexcusable, isn't it, Harsha?
They got 80 of the last 7.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. 16 to 20, they got 11.2. Those 5 overs. I mean, 50 of the last 5 is almost taken for granted in the game today.
Yeah.
And they'd kept wickets in hand. So 164 is okay. I'm not sure maybe it's par. I don't think it's a winning score. They'll have to bowl really well to win this game from here.
Yeah.
But 164. But I think it answered a few questions from India. We had a very off par, colour.
Off the boil. Bowling performance.
Of the boil.
Avesh Khan.
Yeah.
So I still think Arshdeep has bowled well here. I think Hardik is bowling beautifully. Just look after his back.
Yeah.
Just look. So, you know, it's interesting. There's Parthiv watching the game and he's seeing ball kya kar raha hai.
Yeah.
Is the ball gripping? Is it turning? Is it bouncing? Is it swinging? And I keep looking, thinking, show me his follow through. I just keep looking at Hardik's follow through. Is he following through okay? Is he pulling up? Yeah. Because he's bowling so well.
Yeah, he's and he did today as well. Hardik was absolutely, spot on today. He was not off the boil. He was in fact boiling hot. Yeah. There was one time I think where was it Puran or Myers who was just running away from him. It was almost like reminded me of Gautam Bhimani facing Wasim Akram, if you remember. Any one of us facing Wasim Akram, just backing away. Right?
It was just Hardik and keeper playing.
Yeah, he was swinging and missing. He kept swinging his bat. I remember once we were playing a senior division game. If you got 30 seconds.
We always have, sir. Story ki to
baat hai. Yadav had just come back from Australia and for some reason chose to play an A division game the next day.
Yeah.
I have never played an off spinner in my life whose ball doesn't land where it's supposed to land but falls short. Like all good off spinners. All good off spinners fall here.
Yeah.
How kind of off spinners? The ball fell there. Yeah. And I'm seeing the ball coming. I think I played 11 sweep shots of Shilwal Yadav. and he smiled at me 11 times because I did not connect one. I felt a bit like that. Gumara touch nahi ho raha, Gumara touch nahi ho raha.
आज actually West Indies के साथ काफी हुआ ये. West Indies today has had what we call the treadmill complex, right? There's a lot of flailing of limbs, but you haven't really gotten anywhere.
It was like Kyle Mayer's ka innings ko ajeeb sa tha. He started off boom, 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 and then
swing, miss.
Swing, miss.
And then he got a couple of hits again. But after all of that drama, he's ended up at 73 or 50, which actually is looking quite decent. It's not looking that bad.
Very good. So we were talking about middle overs yesterday, and today's was a classic example of 7 to 10, and they were playing with what 5 rate of 5, and just in case if it was 7, this score would have been 175, and we would have been talking some completely different thing. So as I said, it's a game of small margins. That's where you got to try and make sure that you keep on going. That after playing that 6th over, that momentum is very, very important. You've got 45. It's not huge in terms of this wicket and stuff. So they needed someone to keep on playing shots, which they tried. But Hardik was smarter than them because he wasn't giving them into their area. And obviously with 2 left-handers, and when Ashwin bowls left-handers, it's almost unplayable bowlers you become. So that's when you got to be smarter, and instead of hitting sixes, try and get singles, try and get 6 out of 6.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with West Indies now. You've seen in 3 games, they have rare moments of batting brilliance. They haven't been able to string together forget 20 overs. They're not even being able to string together a good sort of section of play or a good segment of play.
And on a good track, they have the capacity to get 180, 185 most days. They have that capacity. So I'm looking at 164 in the context of what is available to them. In those 6 overs, up to the 14th, they only got 28 runs. They got that release over. I mean, Avesh had an off day. One bowler is going to have an off day most days. That's how teams get 160. But in that little period, Pooran 22 of 23, and that was also the period where Kyle Mayers had suddenly faced a drought. In that period, 28 of 6 overs.
So today you did it. मेरे वजह से. Because I've been saying Myers to him yesterday. And yesterday you were correcting me and saying Mayers. Today you have said. देखो सर 2 टाइप के लोग होते हैं लाइफ में. एक इनके जैसे जो लोगों को ऊपर लेके जाते हैं, एक मेरे जैसे जो लोगों को नीचे लेके आते हैं. ये मैंने आज.
Mayers.
I've dragged you down with my mediocrity. Yeah, exactly. I've done here. All right, let's have a look at whose bowling performance was great and whose was slightly mediocre today. Avesh Khan we spoke about. Avesh Khan definitely not his day today. He went for 47, I think, of his 3. So he's gone 15, 15 and 17 in his overs. And Arshdeep as well. Arshdeep, that I think it was, you see he's gone for 33 there. But the great thing, let's take the positive out of it. The captain has held back a very young, very inexperienced bowler like Arshdeep and trusted him with bowling 16, 18 and 20. I'm saying irrespective, Parthiv, that he's gone for these runs. The boost in confidence that a youngster gets like that, saying, boss, he's actually, my captain's auditioning me for the role of co-star to Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, these are the most difficult overs. We talk about bowling in power play. We talk about bowling in death overs. If you ask any death bowler, they would say he doesn't want to bowl 2 overs in a row. They would prefer 17th and 28th in first inning usually. But here's a guy who's bowling 16th, 18th and 28th and not sweating. You can't see that on his face. He's not under pressure. And when you're bowling this 3 overs, you are bound to get 1 hit or a 2 hit. So these figures in 4 overs or 33 are actually very, very good figures.
When you see the context.
Context, considering that the overs which he has bowled.
The best way to measure economy rates, if you put that graphic up again, you will see a uniform economy rate there. And you're starting to compare Hardik Pandya's 4.75 to Arshdeep's 8.25. 4.75 is good. Doesn't matter which overs you bowl. 4.75 is fantastic. So let's look at somebody else. Let's look at Ravichandran Ashwin. 6.5, Arshdeep 8.25. I think the way to look at economy rates is to say what was the expected number of runs that they could score off you in over 6, 16, 18, 20. Is 4-0-39, is 4 overs 39 par? I think it is. If you're bowling those overs. So I think 4 overs 33 he's actually bowled better than par because he's bowled those difficult overs.
Fair.
So I think 4 overs 33, and Parthiv is so right. at the end, nobody wants to bowl 3 on the trot. And you see, captains don't give 3 on the trot either.
Yeah, this is...
because it takes a lot out of you. I mean, look at Avesh Khan's that over. He bowled 4 outstanding Yorkers and he missed out 2 and he went for 2 sixes. So that is a lot of pressure, you know, to hold on to that pressure for 12 balls, you know, it is difficult. And so that is the reason why, you know, you usually don't bowl those 6 Yorkers. You try and mix it up. So these are very difficult overs to bowl, especially under pressure and executing it. Because if you not execute one, it's one hit and suddenly your over is 10 runs over.
Yep.
You know, we talk about DK and say, yeah, when he's playing that role, he'll come off 2 and 5, maybe, that's good. If you're every day, day in, day out, you're bowling 18-20, 18-20, you will get a day when you go for 50, 100%.
Yeah, true.
So I think he's done fantastic to go 4 overs 33.
I think you're also seeing what the team management or the captain is trying to do. He's trying to, we keep talking about batters, right? Parthiv, we keep saying, Arey, you have your script and then you cast your actors over there. But I think he's doing it with the bowlers. Because he's got his spinners sorted. He's got his lead spinners sorted. He's got his lead pace bowler sorted, Jasprit Bumrah. Now he's got power play bowlers sorted. Today he tried with a spinner in the first. Deepak Hooda bowled a brilliant over. And he's now getting his death over sorted because look at the options he has. He's got Arshdeep. He's got Bumrah, of course. He's got Hardik who can bowl an over in the death. He's got Chahal who can bowl an over in the death. So you can see what he's trying to do.
He's covered both areas. You know, even power play, if we've got Ravindra Jadeja bowling that 1 over, then Hardik can bowl in that power play. Hardik can bowl in that death over. You've got Bumrah, you've got Yuzi Chahal can bowl 1 over. And in all of this, you will not have to see bowlers bowling 3 or 4 overs in a row. You can bowl 1 over each. And you know, still you can take wickets and still you can attack.
I like it.
So, you know, that's been brilliant. And that's something which Rohit and we saw that from Rohit's statement yesterday, that, you know, we know what we're doing. So by looking at the game, you know, you can make out that, you know, what they're thinking and what they're trying to do.
I think the reason why we're talking so much about that is that because in T20 games, we tend to analyze the batting a lot. I don't think we analyze the bowling enough. So I think we're seeing and it's the bowlers who win it. It's the bowlers who win it for you.
Don't forget, all these games have 2 objectives. There is the most important objective when you play a cricket match, which is to try and win the cricket match. But these 5 games have 2 objectives, which is you're fine-tuning your side for the T20 World Cup. So you're willing to do things that you may not do at the T20 World Cup, but here you're pushing people into situations because you're also checking out if they work or not. So there's 2 objectives in every game. And sometimes people look and say, why has he picked this one? Why has he picked that one? Why has he bowled someone there? It's because there are 2 objectives to this game.
And absolutely, you prepare for worst, right? If you're playing a knockout game in a World Cup, I know even if we might not win this series and we win the World Cup, we are not going to talk about this series. What are we talking about all the time that we haven't won an ICC trophy? We don't talk about which bilateral series we won. We won in Australia, we won in England, but we don't talk about that. So out of this series, it is so important for India to get that perfect balance right and perfect, you know, that ingredients for that whatever recipe we call about. They've got, you know, India has that, and probably, you know, to use that in a right amount, that is also important, and that's exactly what India is doing here.
You need a spicy hot pot. Many ingredients in a spicy hot pot. Today you have Surya Kumar Yadav, who's come out 3rd time to open the batting.
That surprised me.
3rd time. We spoke so much about Rishabh Pant. Will he open? But no, it's they're still gone with Sky. So looks like there's something brewing there as well. I don't know what it is. Maybe they know KL Rahul got a hamstring problem. Maybe they're kind of grooming him as a backup opener. You know how much faith Rohit has in him. That's no secret. Rohit has a lot of faith in Surya. And who wouldn't? I mean, the kind of form that the guy has been in, the kind of ability that he has.
I mean, also, you ask any batsman, do you want to open in a T20 game? You think he's saying no?
Yes, please. Yes, please. All right, let's see if he can pull that off together. 165 for India to get. We'll just have a look at the 11 real quick so you can see who the batters are. There's Rohit and Sky, as I said. Shreyas, Rishabh, these two will... Shreyas definitely has to take his chance today because he's had now 5 chances and hasn't got too many runs. Then, of course, there's Hardik Pandya, Dinesh Karthik, Deepak Hooda who's playing in the game today. And, of course, you're banking on them on getting that 165. So, quick word from both Parthiv and Harsha. Can India do it?
Yeah, I think India should do it.
Advantage India?
Advantage India, definitely.
Advantage India? For 60-40, 70-30?
No, that's not completely in India's side. About, I think, 65-35.
65-35. Odd number karna hai, even nahi karna. Okay, theek hai.
Should be done. Should be done. I mean, there's 2 teams here. We're looking at the match from India's point of view. But there's 2 teams there, and both teams have an equal right to win it.
Correct.
But I'm actually going 75-25.
75-25. All right, great. Last bit. Power play score prediction. Quick. Only score. Runs. Only runs.
No, you
Only runs.
You can take a first bit. I don't want 2 out of 2, and then you'll
Get
say
it. No, I want
just
you to
because
get 2 out of 2.
Yeah, just
I
now
want you to bowl the tough overs. This is for, we are preparing you for the World Cup also. We've done many. We've done many.
I'll stick to my 48.
48.
I go thoda upar. I think they'll go aggressive. Boom, boom. I'm
Oh.
going 54.
54. Yeah, I was thinking somewhere there. So, ठीक है.
Say 53, no.
No, और ऊपर जाता है ना, sir.
Oh, spook me. Say
58, sir. 58.
Follow your conviction. Don't go by what we have said.
No, I'm following my
Follow
conviction.
your
I'm
heart,
saying
your
even more.
conviction,
50.
your reading.
I'm saying 58. Today
58.
they'll get it done. So 48, 48, 54,
I hope they don't make
54, 60. So 6-6.
I hope they don't make
48, 54, 60. Come on. Let's go. Chalo, chalo. Pyar kiya to darna kya? Let's go, let's go. All right, we're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. India has to get 165 to go up 2-1, and West Indies has to stop India from getting 165 to go up 2-1. What a coincidence. All right, we'll see you later.